Many older adults shrug off small memory slips, forgetting where the keys are, missing an appointment, or repeating a story. It feels harmless, even funny at times. But research says otherwise. According to the CDC's 2024 Cognitive Health Report, 1 in 9 Americans over age 65 already shows signs of mild cognitive impairment, and most have no idea it's happening. The early stages often appear subtle. You still drive, talk, read, and live independently. Yet underneath, the brain is quietly struggling to store and retrieve new information. The Alzheimer's Association warns that nearly 60% of people with early cognitive decline never discuss it with a doctor, assuming it's normal aging. That silence is dangerous because early detection can delay serious decline by years. Your memory isn't just about remembering names or grocery lists. It's about staying confident, capable, and free, making your own choices, living on your own terms. And that independence depends on recognizing the early clues before they take root. So before you brush off that next moment of forgetfulness, pause and ask yourself, is my brain trying to tell me something? Sign 1. Forgetting new information. Forgetting a recent conversation, a name you just heard, or an appointment you made yesterday might seem normal. But when it starts happening more often, it can be an early sign of mild cognitive impairment, or MCI, a stage between normal aging and dementia. Studies published in PubMed Central show that older adults with MCI are 3 to 5 times more likely to develop Alzheimer's or other types of dementia compared to those without it. The real danger isn't just forgetting, it's missing the chance to catch the problem early. When early memory loss is ignored, you lose valuable time to correct what might be reversible, such as vitamin B12 deficiency, thyroid issues, or medication side effects that quietly damage brain function. The National Institutes of Health notes that early detection and small lifestyle changes, like better sleep, physical activity, and diet rich in leafy greens, can help maintain brain health and slow decline. What should you do right now? Keep a memory journal. Write down what you forgot, when it happened, and how often. Bring that record to your doctor and ask for a MoCA, Montreal Cognitive Assessment, or MMSE, Mini Mental State Exam. These are quick, science-backed tests that can identify mild cognitive issues before they worsen. Don't brush it off as just aging, because what you forget today could decide how independently you live tomorrow. Listen to your memory. It's often the first sign your brain is asking for help. Sign 2. Struggling to complete familiar tasks. When someone forgets how to prepare their favorite recipe or feels lost while paying routine bills, it's more than simple distraction. It may be an early sign of mild cognitive impairment. This difficulty often reflects reduced executive function, the brain's ability to plan, organize, and complete a sequence of actions smoothly. The frontoparietal regions, which coordinate thinking and decision-making, start to misfire. As a result, individuals may get stuck midway through chores, repeat steps unnecessarily, or abandon tasks halfway. It's not about being careless, it's the brain signaling that structured thought is weakening. Left unchecked, these small lapses can lead to major real-world consequences. Unpaid bills accumulate, credit damage grows, and essential utilities can be shut off without notice. In more severe cases, medication schedules become inconsistent, increasing the risk of overdosing or skipping vital doses. These errors often snowball into emotional stress, social withdrawal, and dependence on others. The good news is that early intervention can slow or even reverse decline when caught in time. Check all prescribed medications. Certain sleep aids, allergy drugs, and cardiac treatments can increase confusion. Ask your doctor for a full cognitive and daily function assessment, including executive task evaluations. If financial confusion appears, arrange temporary oversight, trusted family assistance, auto payment setups, or alerts from your bank. Acting early preserves autonomy and protects quality of life before deeper memory loss sets in. Sign 3. Losing track of time or place. Forgetting what day it is or getting confused about familiar locations can be more than normal aging. It's often a red flag for early cognitive decline. This type of disorientation is linked to damage in the hippocampus, the brain's navigation and memory center. The hippocampus helps you map environments, remember routes, and orient yourself in time. When it weakens, even routine trips, like walking to a nearby store or visiting a friend, can suddenly feel unfamiliar. People may pause, unsure which direction to take, or forget how they arrived somewhere. It's one of the earliest warning signs of Alzheimer's disease, often appearing years before major memory loss. Research from the NIH and PMC databases shows that spatial confusion significantly increases the risk of injury, falls, and traffic accidents in older adults. In some cases, individuals have wandered from home and been unable to find their way back, creating serious safety risks. Losing awareness of time is equally concerning. Missing appointments, meals, or taking medication at the wrong hour can disrupt health and independence. These patterns don't just affect memory, they threaten personal safety and confidence in daily life. If these symptoms appear, avoid driving or traveling alone until a medical assessment is completed. Notify family or close friends so they can provide support and supervision when needed. Schedule an evaluation with a neurologist or cognitive specialist to identify reversible causes or early-stage decline. For those still active outside the home, wearable GPS trackers or smartphone location apps can add an extra layer of safety. Early recognition protects not only your orientation, but your independence and peace of mind. Sign 4. Struggling to recognize faces or familiar places. You wave to someone you've known for years, but their face suddenly feels unfamiliar. You step into your own neighborhood and hesitate. Something seems off, as if you've never been there before. These moments can feel unsettling, but they're more than ordinary forgetfulness. They may signal prosopagnosia or visuospatial decline, conditions where the brain struggles to process faces, objects, or spaces. This difficulty often points to early damage in regions responsible for visual recognition and spatial memory, such as the temporal and occipital lobes. According to the Alzheimer's Association, this symptom appears in several dementia-related conditions, including Alzheimer's and Lewy body dementia. When facial recognition fades, daily interactions become stressful. You might greet a neighbor as a stranger or fail to recognize your own reflection for a moment. Inside the home, once familiar rooms may feel oddly unfamiliar, leading to hesitation or fear when moving around. The emotional toll can be heavy. Embarrassment, anxiety, and even social withdrawal are common as people begin to avoid gatherings or family events. Over time, this isolation can deepen into depression, compounding the cognitive decline already in progress. If these episodes happen more than once, document them carefully. Note who, where, and when it occurs. Share those notes with your doctor, as they can help identify whether the issue stems from the eyes, the brain, or both. A full evaluation may include a vision test, brain imaging, or a cognitive screening to pinpoint the cause. Addressing the problem early allows doctors to recommend strategies and therapies that preserve confidence and connection. Sign 5. Struggling to find words or express thoughts. You know exactly what you want to say, but the word just won't come out. You pause mid-sentence, searching for a name, a simple object, or a familiar phrase that feels suddenly out of reach. Occasional moments like this are normal, especially with age or stress. But when it happens frequently, and you start replacing words with vague fillers like thing or that stuff, it could signal early cognitive changes. Language difficulties, known as anomia or word-finding problems, may point to subtle damage in the brain's left hemisphere, the area that manages speech and comprehension. Over time, this issue can progress into aphasia, a condition where forming or understanding words becomes increasingly difficult. According to the Alzheimer's Association, language decline is common in several forms of dementia, including primary progressive aphasia and Alzheimer's disease. The impact goes beyond speech. When words disappear, conversations become stressful and people may start avoiding social interactions altogether. This withdrawal often leads to loneliness, frustration, and depression, which can worsen overall brain health. It also delays diagnosis, since family members may assume it's just aging. If you or someone close shows frequent hesitation, losing words, or trouble finishing sentences, take note of specific examples. Bring those notes to your doctor to rule out reversible causes such as thyroid issues, medication side effects, or vitamin deficiencies. A simple blood test and a brief cognitive exam can often reveal whether it's something temporary or the start of a larger issue. Speech therapy has been shown in clinical studies to help maintain communication skills and confidence, even in mild cognitive decline. Addressing it early helps preserve independence, relationships, and peace of mind. Sign 6. Changes in mood and personality. Sometimes memory loss isn't the first sign, it's your mood. You might feel irritable, anxious, or sad for no clear reason. Small frustrations trigger big reactions, or you stop enjoying things that once made you happy. According to the National Institute on Aging, these emotional shifts can appear years before memory problems. They often signal early changes in the limbic system and prefrontal cortex, brain regions that regulate emotion and judgment. When these areas weaken, people may lose patience, motivation, or empathy without realizing it. Depression, in particular, can mask mild cognitive impairment, delaying early diagnosis. Meanwhile, long-term untreated depression or anxiety increases dementia risk by up to 60%, according to multiple PubMed studies. Ignored mood changes can start a harmful cycle: less social contact, poor sleep, skipped meals, and declining brain function. Over time, this leads to isolation, fatigue, and loss of independence. If this sounds familiar, don't brush it off as just aging. Ask your doctor to screen for depression or anxiety using a PHQ-9 test or similar tool. Review your medications. Some, like corticosteroids or benzodiazepines, can worsen mood or memory. Simple steps like talk therapy, daily walking, or reconnecting socially can help stabilize emotions and protect brain health. The CDC notes that treating mood symptoms early not only improves quality of life, it may also slow cognitive decline and preserve independence. Sign 7. Loss of judgment and decision-making. You start trusting people you shouldn't, buying things you don't need, or clicking suspicious links that promise too much. It's easy to shrug off as being too nice, but research says otherwise. According to the National Institute on Aging and Rush University, reduced scam awareness is often an early sign of cognitive decline. Older adults who lose judgment and become more trusting of strangers are more likely to develop mild cognitive impairment or Alzheimer's later on. This happens when the brain's executive function, the part that manages reasoning and risk assessment, begins to weaken. You may notice trouble balancing a checkbook, paying bills twice, or signing documents you don't fully understand. Over time, this leads to poor decisions, financial losses, and deep emotional distress. Families often realize too late, after money disappears or someone takes advantage of their loved one. Victims can lose confidence, independence, and even relationships due to shame or mistrust. If you've noticed this pattern, it's time to act. Start by notifying your bank to set spending limits and fraud alerts. Appoint a trusted family member to help monitor large transactions or financial decisions. Use passwords on sensitive accounts and avoid sharing personal information by phone or email. Schedule a visit with your primary doctor or neurologist for a cognitive assessment. Even mild executive decline can be stabilized when detected early. Studies show that early detection and supportive management reduce both emotional stress and long-term risk of dementia. Protecting your judgment today isn't just about finances. It's about keeping your freedom, safety, and peace of mind intact. Data block. 5 key facts. Roughly 1 in 9. Americans age 65 and older lives with Alzheimer's, according to the Alzheimer's Association. Mild cognitive impairment, MCI, affects between 6% and 22% of older adults, depending on age and study design, yet many cases go undiagnosed, NCBI. Individuals with MCI face a 3 to 5 times higher risk of progressing to full dementia compared to those without cognitive decline, PMC. Low awareness of scams is an early behavioral sign. Research cited by Reuters shows that people with poor scam judgment have about a 50% higher risk of developing MCI or Alzheimer's. Chronic diseases matter too. JAMA Network notes that diabetes, especially with early onset or poor glucose control, can significantly raise the risk of dementia in later life. Connection, general link, and logic. These changes are not harmless signs of aging. They are early warning signals that the brain's executive and memory systems are struggling. Studies from PMC show that people with mild cognitive impairment, MCI, are 3 to 5 times more likely to progress to dementia if not detected and treated early. When judgment and decision-making decline, the impact goes far beyond simple forgetfulness. It can lead to financial loss, vulnerability to scams, and loss of personal independence. Recognizing these subtle shifts early allows families and doctors to intervene in time through lifestyle changes, medical evaluation, or protective measures, small but crucial steps that can preserve safety, dignity, and financial stability before the condition worsens. Don't wait until you can no longer care for yourself to get checked. Listening to these 7 warning signs and acting early can help you stay safe, protect your finances, and preserve your independence. Write down at least 2 recent times you forgot something important, including when and where it happened, and bring that note to your next doctor visit. Schedule an appointment with your family doctor and request a cognitive screening such as the MoCA or MMSE. Ask to rule out reversible causes like medication effects, thyroid issues, vitamin B12 deficiency, or depression. Check your heart and metabolic health, blood pressure, blood sugar, and cholesterol, since managing them lowers the risk of cognitive decline. Finally, take steps to secure your finances and safety. Notify your bank, set transaction limits if your judgment feels uncertain, and avoid driving alone if you've become disoriented.